there's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect. It's all a statement on modern society. Ooh, ain't modern society awful?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Welcome back to the Cabin Night Podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jake.
Are you sure?
Nope.
I'm James.
So, today we are doing a discussion about bands we have seen. It's come up on Planet Rock, it's come up on different academies thing. It's a list of like first and last and most surprising and all those sorts of things. We are going to do our own individual and then bands or artists we have seen as a Cabin Night collective. We don't have to have gone to it as a Cabin Night, all three of us together, knowing each other.
But we were all in attendance.
But we were all at attendance of that gig. Before we get there, grab yourself a drink, make yourself comfortable, and enjoy the discussion. So, the list goes first, last, best, worst, loudest, seen the most surprising, next, and wish we could have seen. The way we're going to do this one is we're all going to say our individual, and then as a Cabin Night come to an agreement on which one was the first, last, and so on. So, James, what was your first ever concert?
My first ever concert that I remember, whether I went to one of those when I was a younger little wee nipper, I don't remember. However, the first one I remember going to was S Club 7. S Club 7 in 2001.
Okay.
So I would have been 11, yeah, I think 11, 12.
Who supported?
I don't actually... You know what? There's a blue wallet next to you on your left-hand side. That's got some of my tickets in.
Ooh, let's have a
Let's
look.
have a look. See if it's actually in there, because I did lose some a while ago. So
Oh, it's not in any order.
no,
Come on.
no. It's just,
Come on, James.
They all fell out. This is why I lost some.
All mine are in order.
No,
I'm surprised yours aren't.
I'm not
give it
looking
here.
through
Give it
that
here.
in any
I
particular order.
dropped it and I lost some.
I've got a lot of mine that are in order of when I went to see them.
I've got some important ones, like the first time I saw Disturbed.
Important? Okay, fair enough.
My Guns N' Roses ticket. Audience with Corey Taylor. That was a good night.
That would have been a good night.
Random theatre tickets. Oh, wait, did I see? What's that one? That is... there it is. There it is. You were literally one away from it when you were going through it. Doesn't say. After all that,
Doesn't say.
But there be the proof.
There'd be your S Club
There'd be
7 ticket.
There we go. From 19th of May 2001. So I was still in primary school.
Oh dear.
That makes it acceptable, does it?
Yep.
I was in college. Jacob?
My first gig was Dwight Yoakam of country music fame, and I saw him at the 1993 CMT.
I've got to work out what the date was on mine now. Bloody hell.
In fact, I didn't have the ticket there. I wouldn't fucking know the date of
I
mine.
was in 93, I was 4. Sam had just been born, he was a couple of months old and fell asleep through the set with my mum. And I loved it. Because Dwight on the country music channel, which is what we had on more often than not in our house at that point, my mum had ripped me some jeans, put the scissors into them and ripped them all the way down. I got a red plastic toy guitar. As soon as it came on, jeans went on, red little plastic guitar went on, and I stood in front of the telly strumming along like Dwight. So when I finally went to see him, when we went to see him and he played that song, I loved it. And I still do love good Dwight. He's a better singer than he is an actor. For reference, watch Panic Room. He's Raoul.
Is he? 3 years ago, was Panic Room.
Raoul. He's the one who kills Jared Leto.
Spoilers.
Jared Leto appears on this list also. He might, I've not decided yet.
Okay, I'm just trying to find. So my first gig was Louise Redknapp, just after she split up from...
She wouldn't have been Louise Redknapp at that point, though, was she?
Well, she'd been Louise Nerding at that point. On the 20th of November 1997 at the Sheffield City Hall. But technically, I could argue that my first gig was Gary Barlow. After Take That had finished, because Gary Barlow supported her. For those that don't know, Louise is a childhood, adulthood ranks number 1 on the list of any celebrity I meet. I will sleep with it.
With it.
I will sleep with it.
Animals.
Fucking hell. And
I'm sorry, is Miss Piggy not on your list?
Is who not on his list?
Miss Piggy.
Absolutely. I'd put my hand inside.
It. There you go. Okay, so yeah, Louise Redknapp was my first.
Fun fact about Miss Piggy. Mark Hamill was struggling on the set of Empire Strikes Back because the scenes on Dagobah when he's been trained to be a Jedi, they don't take place with Harrison Ford or Carrie Fisher, and he obviously became very close with them during the first film, so he was felt quite isolated. So in an attempt to cheer him up, Frank Oz, the voice of Yoda, did Miss Piggy.
He did it right in front of him.
Right in front of him.
Oh, dear.
Did Miss Piggy right there and then on the swampy
Yoda
floor.
and Miss Piggy. I'd like to see them children.
I wouldn't.
Same voice actor though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And apparently it worked. And apparently Mark Hamill's a big child and loves Miss Piggy and the Muppets.
Mark Hamill is a big child, and I actually love him. He's quite a cool dude.
Okay, so first individual gigs. We've already agreed on this one because we were all at Sonosphere 2011. So therefore, the first band as a cabin night we saw, we weren't all in attendance together. Jake and James were together, and I was with my wife Emma. We watched Diamond Head,
Sonosphere.
which is
2011, yeah.
which is-
And this was Diamond Head with the
With the original?
the original lead singer, yeah.
no,
The original.
no.
Is it not the original?
It weren't that guy we saw at Bloodstone.
No, it weren't him.
No. It was a guy. Oh, I want to call him Tate, but it's not because I've got Jeff Tate in, and that's Queensryche. But anyway, yeah, Diamond Head.
And that
Sonosphere.
was opening band for the Big Four. That was
Indeed, it was.
the headlining
Which
act that day.
Which was the sole reason I went to Sonosphere. I didn't care about any other band that weekend other than the Big Four. I bought my ticket on that strength and out-metalled myself.
And is that the first time the Big Four have performed?
It wasn't. They performed in 2010
Is that Sophia?
at Sofia in Belgium.
No,
First
it's
time
the
this-
first time they performed here.
In the
Yeah,
UK,
yeah.
yes.
First and only
Uh,
time.
There were...
Yeah, they've done it since, have they? Yeah.
No, there was... in the 1992, there were the Clash of the Titans tour, which was Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Alice in Chains. But Metallica have always, since the Black Album, they've always played on their own, so they wouldn't play with any.
I was wondering, is there any year that they've accidentally all played together? Because
Possibly, they may I've seen Metallica at Download and then seen Megadeth at Bloodstock and so on, but I've never seen. I've seen Anthrax. No, I won't have seen.
So I've seen Slayer and Megadeth on the same bill.
Yeah, one year Metallica and Anthrax definitely played Download and Megadeth played Bloodstock, but Slayer weren't playing at either of those two, I don't think. But that was
What
like,
did we think of Diamond Head?
From what I can
I
remember,
thought they were great,
I thought
to
they
be
were
fair.
alright, yeah.
I enjoyed them more when we saw them at Bloodstock.
Yeah, they did a better gig.
I think when you know a bit more, other than
Am I Evil?
yeah, I think it works a bit better. But
Did they actually play Am I Evil? Or was it just for the encore of the Big Four?
I don't believe they
It's not
did
part of their
play
set,
it.
yeah.
No, I don't believe they did play it. I think they saved it because they
Because they came back out,
they
didn't
came
they?
back out, didn't they?
All of them.
So,
Lars had to pretend to like.
Lars had to learn how to fucking drum. Anyway, and this is from Metallica fan. Last gig, Jake.
Last gig was Ghost.
No, you've seen something since Ghost.
You have seen something since Ghost.
Rammstein.
Rather fiery gig.
Rammstein.
My last gig was Ghost.
Mine, I think, was Vikings.
Okay.
So I
Whatever,
can't.
whatever band
Whatever band it was, I
Vikings,
can't remember. We had a bit to drink, so I can't actually remember
Which
who it
will
was.
also
wasn't.
probably be our last gig as a cabin night.
But it won't be the first band you saw that day because I didn't arrive until later on in the day. Did
Oh no, because who did we see that you like? I can't remember.
Valafar.
Oh,
yeah.
they sound a bit like I'm on a Marth.
They sound nothing like Death Angel. I know that much.
No, they're not. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Death Angel were really good.
Well, they're
were
really,
great.
really good with it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were really
Very
good.
thrashy.
Very,
I
very
don't like
thrashy.
thrash, so it's
Yeah.
alright. I think it would it Tear? No.
No, they were meant to play.
What
with
was the
him.
one that Half Pint liked?
Oh, I forget the names to be
I
quite
do, to be fair. I wasn't really paying attention.
Because
to
I
a
think
lot
that
of
was the
names
last
then.
one that we watched before I went. I was at York.
Yeah, we went to the Yorkie a lot.
The
that
first
night.
band we saw were that one that I might have to find.
find whatever the correct lineup was. It was changing even on the day what the lineup was.
Yeah. Well, whatever James's last gig was, the cabin night gig was the
Yeah,
same.
because I've not been to a gig since.
And we certainly haven't, so. But mine and Jake's, we saw Ghost together last, but.
Yeah, man.
No, that's not my last gig. That's not my last gig. I went to see My Chemical Romance.
You did?
I completely forgot. I went to see My Chemical Romance. So yeah, that's my last gig. However, the Vikings will be the last gig we saw together.
Yes,
Yeah.
Vanaheim was the first band we saw.
Okay.
What was it?
Yeah, what was the band that Half Pint really like? Because that was the last one we all watched together.
We'll look at the lineup because I might be able to remember it. It was very atmospheric. Right?
Yeah, he really liked it.
Oh, hang on.
Fen.
That was it.
Fen. So that was the cabin night last gig, definitely. That was the last band
Yeah.
we saw as a cabin night, and we were all there in attendance together.
We were.
I did not enjoy them live, but I've since listened to them on album and I actually quite liked them. I thought they were alright.
For me, they were a bit like Emperor.
Very good, but just a bit.
You don't like them in both settings. You either like them in one or the other. Because I've listened to Emperor and really liked them on album, but seen them live, it'd be like,
Boring.
oh, we're doing this again. I went, oh, lovely, thank you. As I've gone with you two for the first one, the best concert you've ever seen. I'm going with me first for this one.
Yeah, go for it. Give me more time to think.
Can I have repeats?
Yeah,
What do you mean repeats?
Is it Rammstein?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't say you can't pick the same band. You could pick the same band.
These are our rules and we'll do what we want.
I think for me, I mentioned it very, very early in season 1. In fact, probably one of the first episodes that we ever did. In fact, the first episode, Oasis at Reebok Stadium in Bolton in 2000, May 16th, 2000. It was the first time I've seen Oasis. I went with my cousin. I was 16. I absolutely loved it. It was my first outdoor gig. I can't fault that at all. It was absolutely spot on day. I met it in pub. We did all sorts, lots of drinking.
You drinking?
No, sorry, I was 16. I didn't drink. Water, pop water.
You were drinking, yeah, just nothing alcoholic.
So why was Rammstein so good?
They just were. It's hard to quantify because they were a big visual show.
It's interesting because I've seen them twice, and I just
You've not seen them on the most recent
no.
look though, because they don't. You've seen them at festivals. They don't play festivals anymore.
No,
because
but
the
they
set
still
is
took-
so much bigger.
This took a lot of the shit last 2 times I've seen them.
Yeah,
I saw them in 13 and 16, which are the last time they played
but
the festival.
since Deutschland came out,
Yeah.
they've said they're never
Yeah,
playing
they never
festivals
will.
again
Yeah.
because their set is far too
Yeah, I get that.
far too big.
But again, I've never been a massive Rammstein
Yeah,
fan, so
yes.
yeah,
So that gig for me was, we worked it out, it was almost 20 years in the making. When I first heard Rammstein, before I was into metal, but I loved, it was Son.
yeah.
Working it out, Joe was in year 10,
How many years younger than me is Joe?
2.
2.
So you were in year
I'd
10.
have been in college.
So you were year 10, when?
98.
So you were year 10 in 2000, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I left in 2000, so my first year at college was 2000.
Yeah. So, yeah, best part of 20 years it took us to go and see that band.
Was it because you'd gone with them, or was it because it
I
was
think
you
I'd
seeing
have
Rammstein?
enjoyed that regardless. It was just such a...
It's not a bad gig. It's not. I mean, I've seen them twice. It's
No.
there's loads of stuff going off. I'm just not a massive Rammstein fan. I just
Yeah, it's one of them things where that gig was made great by all the extra stuff that was happening.
It's class as a fly.
Nope, it was...
Oh, nice.
Nice. Everything about it was good because the pyro,
yeah.
the dedication to every aspect of the performance of the light show was so synchronised, going along with the drums. Obviously, like I said, the pyro, the performance from the band, but then I do like Rammstein.
Yeah.
So there's the fact that I knew every song and was loving every song as well. It was just, it's going to take a lot.
So I'm trying to think. So
And a very close second would be Ghost.
let me have a look
Which
at.
time?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm just having a look at the download lineups.
Possibly Bloodstock, but
That'll be up there on my list. I'm still trying to decide what is my best game.
Best.
Still trying to decide because it's quite tough.
I'm just trying to have a look for who was on when I saw Rammstein, because I know for one of them, Emma made me go and watch them over somebody else that I would much rather have seen.
Linkin Park,
No, because they'd have been at main stage if it was
Prodigy.
Rammstein. So 2013 download, possibly quite polarising in this group. I wanted, as a human being, I wanted to go and watch the better band of the two, which was Limp Bizkit.
You are wrong.
You will never, ever be right. Ever.
Growing up as a new metal
I
kid,
don't give a fuck.
I was new
fucking
metal kid.
right.
I'd still go for
No,
Rammstein.
no.
I'd still fucking choose. I mean, the one time I saw Limp Bizkit, I walked away. I was.
Oh no, I fucking love Limp Bizkit.
It was so disappointed in the Sonisphere event.
And I loved it, Sonosphere. I absolutely.
Yeah,
fucking
you
loved it.
you really enjoyed that gig.
And then 2016, there was nobody I wanted to watch because the other bands on were all time low. The film that they played, which was Gutterdamerang on the Maverick stage, and Raging Speed on Dogtooth.
Oh God.
The less said about them, the better.
I would have liked to have seen Raging Speed on because I liked him when I was younger, but there was no band at that point that I wanted to see more. Having seen Rammstein once, and Kev wanted to see Rammstein at that point. But yeah, so it was Limp Bizkit. There's been twice. I wanted to go and watch Rob Zombie over Linkin Park, and I remember watching Linkin Park because they were doing Hybrid Theory in full. And Mike came out with a red wig on, with my work wig, and then there were Rammstein. I wanted to go watch Limp Bizkit. She went and watch Rammstein, which
She's alright, isn't she? Anna?
she is alright. Yeah, I don't like her making me not watch Limp Bizkit because I'd have had a very good time. You see, this was the thing. She made me watch Rammstein, a band I wasn't particularly keen on, and I could have watched Limp Bizkit, who I really liked and would have really enjoyed.
But you saw Limp Bizkit a few years later at Sonisphere, so...
I saw them before at Sonosphere, and I'd seen them in 2009. I'd already seen Limp Bizkit, but I liked Limp Bizkit.
They were shit at Download.
2009 when they first came back.
Yeah.
They were a
It
bit
was
boring then.
so bollocks. I remember me and Joe just stood there
Sonosphere were good. I enjoyed Sonosphere's set.
Me and Joe stood there watching and like, okay, I was just going to... Never particularly...
Emma sat on the floor all the way through Sonosphere set. Well, I was jumping around like a fucking tit in a trance. Literally, I was like...
And there were no intro music at Download or anything like
No.
that. All of a sudden it was just a... Yeah! Chocolate starfish!
Yep.
From off stage somewhere, me and Joe were like, let's go. And we went down to Castle Donington.
I've got to find the list again now.
I think my favourite. I think that it was we're doing. Was it? In fact, was it what we're doing? Was it
Best.
gig? The one that keeps coming up into my head is the first time we saw Sabaton.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that gig. It was a great venue, which is the Forum in London.
Kentish Town Forum.
Kentish Town
Yeah,
Forum.
Never seen a gig at Kentish Town.
It's a great venue, and just
Never seen a gig at Shepherd's Bush Empire either.
No,
I've not
Becky
seen it.
has.
I've not seen it.
Electric Ballroom's a good one as well.
Never seen one there. That's Camden, isn't it? Electric
yeah.
Ballroom.
But yeah,
Or
I
Underworld at Camden. Never seen a gig there either.
no, I really enjoyed it. The first time we saw him, and it was just fun. It was just a really good night, wasn't it? That one.
So what is the Cabin Night best gig?
This is a tough one.
This is a very tough one.
Maybe it's a tough one. Or maybe
Or maybe it's Ghost.
it's Ghost Academy.
Yeah, I think first time we saw Ghost. Yeah, so, I mean,
It'll either be Ghost.
I do think I enjoyed Metallica at Sonisphere more than I enjoyed Ghost at Academy.
for the spectacle of seeing Metallica. Yeah,
It was the fourth time I'd seen Metallica at that point. Not that that detracts from anything, but would that be the first time you'd seen them?
Second.
First time.
first and only time I've seen Metallica.
So there is something to be said for the first time you see them because it.
It was
I
the first
think
time I
they
saw
were better
first
than-
time I saw Ghost as well.
Yeah, I
But
suppose.
I think they were better than the first time I saw Metallica. I saw them on Death Magnetic Tour at Arena, and I thought,
I thought it was great on that tour.
it's alright, it's good.
Mind you, I did get asked my autograph as James Hetfield, so
Yeah.
that did kind of make my gig, really.
But I think that were better. I definitely.
I think that was a
far
better
better.
song choice of set.
It was a greatest hits, basically, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, yeah, either Ghost at the Academy or Metallica at Sonosphere. I
Which one
think
we picking?
I would pick Metallica.
it's a-
Favourite band, so why not Metallica?
Yeah, okay.
let's go for it.
I think it's a fair shot. Yeah, Metallica at Sonosphere then. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
That's two things that are at Sonosphere 2011. Then.
Yeah.
Well, they were
The,
gigs we attended together, so why not?
the worst concert you have ever seen.
Limp Bizkit.
I think we've just spoke about this, haven't we?
No, mine wasn't that. As much as I didn't enjoy Limp Bizkit, I don't like Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Conversely, I really like Blondie.
Okay.
When we saw Blondie in Hyde Park the first time, it was sad. It was just sad. You know, vocally, sounded nothing like her because she's obviously an old woman. They'd just come back to performing as a band for the first time in God knows how long. So, yeah, Blondie. They were crap. But then we saw them again a few years later at Hyde Park, and they were playing a lot of the new stuff, which really suited their voice. And it was quite good, really quite heavy and punky.
Okay.
Electro in places as well, which was interesting. But yeah, the first time I saw Blondie, not good. Not good at all.
See, I'm really struggling for this one.
Yeah, I'm
Only because I could say a specific era of something. So, like, I could say one of the worst gigs I've ever been to was Slipknot at Sonosphere. Because they'd hyped it up to be such an emotional thing, and I didn't get that.
yeah.
But that, what musically, as a gig, it still wasn't the worst gig I've ever been to. 2010 Download, Dave Ellefson rejoined Megadeth, and that was another big thing. He's rejoining after so many years apart, and I was like, Emma enjoyed it more than I did. I was, there's nothing big about this instant, so I'm really struggling for a worse gig. You go.
Is there a most disappointing thing on there as well?
There's not. So most
Well, I'd go for that. I hate saying it because it was a very expensive gig to go to. But Meatloaf, when I saw Meatloaf at the arena, I found it was obvious he was struggling at this point. I'm very honest.
When did you see him? It was after me, didn't you?
Yeah, this is like.
It was and cool, didn't you?
No, that's right. It was the Three Bats live. Oh, live at Three at Bat or something
No,
like
I
that.
saw about our L3 live tour.
No, it wasn't Battle of Hell 3 tour. It was
Oh,
actually
I saw
the
Battle
greatest.
of Hell 3.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was after Bat 3 came out, but it was like years after. But yeah, Hang Cold had been and gone as well, which is an awful album. But yeah, it was more that it was obvious he was struggling by the songs he didn't sing. There was a lot of strained omissions, so he did like a couple of songs of Bat 2 and Bat 3. He did Bat 1 in its entirety, but I think, if I remember rightly. But yeah, the songs he chose from Bat 2 and 3, like, oh, you're choosing these because you can't do the ones people actually want to
the
hear.
actual good ones.
Yeah, and like I say, it'll always stick with me how the encore was Freebird, but with a load of Union Jacks and things like that. It's like, well, yeah, what? Okay.
Neither he nor the song is British.
Yeah.
But let's have some.
So it's kind of like, yeah, it's more, disappointing in the sense like he was obvious he was struggling and obvious he probably shouldn't have been doing what he was doing at that point, but that's neither here nor there.
Gas mask aside at stage.
Yeah.
When we saw John Davis when we saw Korn at Manchester, he had literally got an oxygen mask on stage with him, and he was going in.
That's what I meant, not a gas mask. That's Slipknot, I remember now.
I'm really struggling for a worse gig.
Have you seen Volbeat live?
I've seen Volbeat live, but his voice isn't like an album. His voice is better live. It's not quite as fucking grating.
Yeah, I get that. Don't matter if you want to peel all your skin off.
No, not quite. Just a little bit of it. I don't think I've got a worst. I really don't think I've got a worst. What would be the Captain Knight one?
I'm just trying to, for me, I'm just trying to think, I'm thinking maybe just like Eddie Vedder or something like that. Not bad, but weird in what he did.
Yeah.
And it was kind of everyone going, oh right, okay, this is what you're doing.
Maybe that's my worst then.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, I really enjoyed what he did. It was just such a weird.
I mean, I'd still say Limp Bizkit, but you're never going to go for that.
I'm never gonna.
Exactly. We walked away from Limp Bizkit.
No.
But yeah, mate. Yeah.
For a good period of time, certainly after Chocolate Starfish, I was like, I even had the red hat. I was sold.
Yeah.
I mean,
Golden Cobra, which is the era of the. I mean, don't.
I was fucking sold on Limp Bizkit. Absolutely
Well,
fucking
you should have
sold.
demanded a refund then, shouldn't you?
Absolutely fucking sold.
Yeah, I'm going to put that as the group. Eddie Vedder, maybe.
Yeah, because Kaiser Chiefs were better, really.
Guys, Chiefs were good.
Chiefs were good.
And you weren't bad. You. Yeah, who weren't bad.
No.
But yeah, I'd say maybe Eddie Vedder.
I've seen that many bands, it's hard to...
I'd say Megadeth, Big Four.
Balls, pal. Oh, no, I've got it.
No,
I've got it.
boobs are more important.
I've got it.
Go on.
We went to
yeah.
see Aerosmith at Clapham Common, and
Oh, this is your personal
this is
one.
my personal one.
I
I
don't
I don't remember.
I don't
I
know
haven't got a
Clapham Common.
personal one. I haven't got to the cabin night one. We went to see Aerosmith and Thunder, Joe Bonamassa, and some of the lower bands. Joe Bonamassa is fucking boring.
Really?
Yeah.
He's good when he's in a band.
I'm not saying he's not technically great. He's a fucking great guitarist and he can sing and all that sort of stuff. But there's only so much twiddly diddly in that he can fucking
Twiddly.
Twiddly diddly days.
Yeah. So I think
Did you see Mastodon at Sonisphere?
were they on
On Sunday.
on Sunday?
bloodstock?
I will go Motorhead.
Depends on would that have made them on before Airborne?
I can't remember.
I would have gone to watch Airborne. I did watch House of Pain, and I think I might watch. No, I don't think I did. I might have watched House of Pain and In
Well, we
Flames.
watched House of Pain though, didn't we?
Yeah, they were alright.
We saw House of Pain. It's a tough one now. I think Eddie Vedder's a good shout.
Eddie Vedder's a shout.
Well, that's why I'm trying to. I thought I'm looking for those who can't see. I'm looking through the program for Bloodstock 19.
18.
That as well. 18. I thought that it had stuff from the New Bloods in it.
I know one band that Jake would never put in it, which I wouldn't put in it, but I don't think you watched him in the end. Monument.
No, I went back to the car for something.
We went back to the car, but I'd seen Monument in 2014. They played the Thursday night, and I was like, these are fucking great. They're very made in it.
They had a load of technical problems that time, didn't they? Now I'm thinking for work.
Quite good.
Yeah, they were.
Were they? I'm not thinking of Monument. I'm thinking of In Memoriam, what they're called.
Oh, they had loads.
Yeah. Right, the band I'm trying to think of for potential worst was they were a New Blood band at Bloodstock, and it was the band where every member looked like they dressed for a different band.
Cadence Noir.
Cadence Noir. Yeah.
One of them played fiddle.
One of them was in a folk band, one was in a techno band, one was in an industrial band.
Metal
They had
singer.
no idea what they were going to... They looked...
We all like this individual thing. We're all going to play our own individual
Attempts
thing.
to put it all into one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put
That's
that...
a
I'd
shout.
put that because it was a very confused...
Although,
I think I ended up enjoying them though.
in spite of themselves.
although New Blood is unsigned bands.
Still bands.
Still bands.
Still bands and still gigs.
Still gigs, yeah.
I think it's not fair to bash on them anyway.
Yeah, but we still Raised by Owls in there. I know, but I'd put that as a really fun gig.
Yeah.
You know.
To be fair, Oracle were fucking great in there.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. So you know.
Eddie Vedder then.
Eddie Vedder would be my guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Would be my bet, rather.
Loudest. Mine's easy.
Dash Dog.
Yeah, it's probably going to be. You're probably going to have a repeat again.
I'm still struggling to think whether Rammstein were louder than Volbeat at Sonisphere.
I didn't watch 12 years, honestly.
Really that loud? I don't remember them being that loud.
I don't know if it was just coupled with the early morning because
They were very. They were very
Were they
early
on
on.
before Arch Enemy or after?
before.
Yeah, it was Volbeat then Arch Enemy. I can't.
Yeah,
I
we
can't-
went in for Arch Enemy, we didn't watch Volbeat. I'd already seen Volbeat 2 or 3 times and decided they were shit by that point, so I wasn't bothered about it.
But I just remember them absolutely melting my ears.
Can I just say, for a minute then I forgot we were actually recording. I was just having a cabin night. I literally was just having a cabin night. Mine is between 2.
But Rammstein was certainly loud. Very loud.
Mine is either Motorhead at Download 2005 in the tent or Rammstein in 2013 at Download. I can't quite decide which. Because Lemmy walked out and went, like, it's not loud enough. Turn it up, like, oh, fucking, a bit more loud. Oh.
To be fair, I'd probably have to go with Rammstein because there was a bit where, because Till's got like a little microphone pouch which he puts his microphone in when he's doing the Till Hammer, and twatting about on stage with the keyboardist and whatnot. And there's a bit for Hairata Mish, which translates to "Marry Me," and it's before the song actually starts, and he was just headbutting one of the poles at the side of the stage. He was just going,
And it,
"Ah!"
and it
like
picks
that.
up on the microphone, doesn't it?
But I heard him screaming
Yeah.
from way back where we were sat. This is before anybody was playing anything.
Yeah.
So that, even when they weren't playing, they
Rammstein,
were
I think,
loud.
would be mine. Just because at Download, when a band, when somebody comes out to sound check for a band, and it's always a bit loud.
Yeah.
But then when the band actually pick up their instruments and they start just
Turn
twiddling
down,
little
yeah.
bits, it just, fucking hell. Rammstein for me at Download 2013.
Yeah, I don't think I could pick between them because they were both very loud. So I'm going to go with Volbeat, Sonisphere, and Rammstein a month ago.
I've done mine.
Oh no, you were about to say something else.
No, I was going to say I thought you were going to say Rammstein a month ago, but we haven't all seen Rammstein, so we can't have it. But it's fine.
That's my
your
loudest,
two.
Yeah.
I'm sure to I think for me, it might be when I saw Guns N' Roses in 2007,
6, 7.
7 time.
Bullets
Rather Axl Rose
Axl is back
and
in
Friends. And look, is he still here? Is he still likes me?
Izzy will come on fucking stage. It puts the lotion on his skin.
Yeah, I remember that being, especially the one I remember most being loud was "Live and Let Die."
Yeah.
And especially when the pyro kicks, we were quite close to the front, if I remember, and just the pyro going off, I remember being the bang of the pyro being so ridiculously loud. Yeah, I think I'd go for Guns N' Roses. That's my loudest.
Would Cabin Night be Wood-Tain when it blew Jake's
Blue Jake's eardrum off. Yeah, I think that would
Oh,
be.
wow. Brief segue. Latest post on the Bloodstock Metal Forum 666. New low in Asgard. Is that where we normally camp?
With Valhalla.
That's alright then. I've camped in Asgard there.
I camped in
New
Asgard.
low in Asgard. Woke up, some scumbag had done a massive shit outside my tent. Horrible bastards.
I've camped in Midgard, Asgard, and Valhalla.
I don't think I couldn't do Midgard.
First year we did
Couldn't
Midgard,
do Midgard.
but we were quite close to entrance, so it weren't.
You've been 3 times.
Oh no, where did we camp? Valhalla.
We camp Valhalla. We've always camped.
I've Midgard and Valhalla, and I camped in Asgard. In Asgard, I think. No.
Asgard and Valhalla, the ones you first get in.
Yeah. So Wood-Tain, loudest for us
It was very loud.
It
as a group.
I think. So I'm told.
So, this one's going to be difficult for the Cabin Night to do. Seen the most. Who have you seen the most?
I personally have seen the most Status Quo. That's who I've seen the
How many
most.
times have you seen him?
As ours is easy. Skin Dread.
Yeah, we've seen Skin Dread quite a few times now, actually. 3, 4 times we've seen Skin Dread.
Mind you, how many times have we seen Disturbed?
We've seen Disturbed, Indestructible, Asylum,
Oh, yeah.
and Evolution. So we've
So
seen
just
them
the
3
3, how many times have you seen Disturbed?
3.
Put together.
8, 13 and 16 at Download. I've seen them.
But it would have to be how many times we've seen them all together.
Together. Yeah.
It
Well,
has
not all together, but we were all there at the same gigs.
Status
So
Quo.
you haven't been to any at Download gigs, so we haven't seen
No.
Disturbed at the same point ever. Because I've seen them 3 times at Download. I've never seen them on the run tour.
Status Quo, going back to that, I think I've seen them at least 15 times.
Trivium for me. Lucky number 7.
Again, I've seen that many bands that many times. I think, probably shocking, I think I've seen Megadeth about 14 times.
I think I figured out what ours might be.
Yeah.
And it's a low number. But I think it's Gojira.
2.
We've seen him twice.
Yeah, so Gojira's supported, well, technically joint headline with Ghost, and then we didn't really
watch him.
we didn't
We
really
heard
watch.
him.
We
We
didn't
heard
really
him at
watch much of
Woodstock.
them.
We didn't watch any of them though, did we?
Oh, we didn't. Okay, so it's not Gojira. So not who the fuck could it be then?
Most bands will have seen once.
I don't think we've been to see any other band more than once to get together.
We don't have to have seen them together.
Well, no, I thought it was the whole point.
No, I mean, we don't have to have seen them as the 3 of us together.
Like,
We can
we
all
had
have
to
been
be
there.
Same gig.
I see.
So,
Well, probably it'll be Ghost Drum and Martha, I reckon.
no, I think we have to have been at the same gigs.
That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we don't have to.
But I weren't there. I went. That
No.
month.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's why I said. That's why I said Gojira at first.
We didn't watch him the second time.
No, the first time we did. That's why I said. That's what I said.
Yeah. Gojira the first time is
Right, so we're all back on the same page. Okay, sorted. Who else could it be then?
Basically, we're going to have to look to Bloodstock and see if we've seen any of those bands since together. I don't think we have.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have.
So I think it's just a pick for which band you want to see. Which band you want to see? Well, I could have said Judas Priest.
Where's that
Well, it's
program?
between
Oh, there they go.
Bloodstock 18 and Sonosphere 11, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
So which
Oh,
bands on there?
Slipknot. You're at 08.
Alright, wait.
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
All Hope Is Gone tour.
Of course. And
Sonosphere.
And did you see him in the
we're on Grey Chapter.
Grey Chapter
Yes,
tour?
yeah.
So it's Slipknot.
Three times then.
Ooh.
3 times Slipknot.
Wow, Slipknot. Okay, there we go. We got there. We got there in the
Got there in
end.
the end. Most surprising band.
Madness.
See, they won't be surprised to me.
Because I
I love Madness. I
quite
think they're
liked
fucking
when I grew
great.
up with them. I didn't expect to be. Whenever I go to gigs with in-laws or basically people that's not you, I'm generally always a bit more reserved. But that gig, I surprised myself by how much I loved and went for them.
They're great. I've never seen
It
them
was
live.
so good.
Fucking great. I love
It
them.
was so good.
I think for me, Devin Townsend. I think surprising because I remember not being bothered before, and then coming away going, I get it. It's really, I get it now.
Yeah.
It's really-
guy.
This guy. A bit like when I saw Accept.
I remember you being quite impressed with Devil Driver there.
Yeah, but I knew Devil Driver. I always knew Devil Driver.
You're going to enjoy them, but I don't think...
I enjoyed them more
I
than
remember
I-
how much you came away going, I really need to listen to
Yeah,
more Devil Driver.
they were band of the weekend that weekend. I thought for me, but I always liked Devil Driver to some extent. I didn't like Devin, and then I saw it. I was like, I get it now. But like I said, a bit like when I saw Accept, because you tried playing me Accept a few times, I was going,
And then
it's
you saw
fine.
him
And then when I saw him supporting,
Sabotage.
another time supporting Sabotage, I was like, oh no, I get it. Okay, it's fine.
I think that night they were better than Sabotage.
I would potentially agree with you, but yeah, I think for me personally, I'm going to say Devin Townsend is most
I think
surprising.
for me, it's between two bands, both of which I'd listened to before I saw them, but they were still just really, really surprising. One was Sonosphere 2011, the band that supported Biffy Clyro.
Oh, Weezer.
They were fucking brilliant. They so, because I always thought like they just did the same thing, but Rivers, he's a great frontman. He was great. He was brilliant. I loved it. And the other one, which I've now completely forgotten, was another support band. No, I'll go with Weezer. Okay, I'll go with Weezer because I forgot the other one.
Was Bad Religion gone before Weezer?
Bad Religion one.
Bad Religion were good.
Yeah.
That's like
20th century.
21st century, but is it 20th
Schizo
century?
Boy.
Yeah.
Techno Boy. No.
Just called 21st Century Boy, isn't it? Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
So as a group, what is the most surprising?
Mine was Odd and Organ.
They weren't surprising because I'd listened to them. Was it me that introduced them to you?
No, I just said to you. No, we
No,
discovered
no,
them. We discovered them
Fever.
together. We discovered them together because we were going to go see Powerwolf,
Powerwolf,
and they were
supported
supported.
by
We listened. We listened to them together for the first
Listened to
time.
Fever for the first
Yeah,
time.
Fever was great.
Supporting Nightwish. At the gates.
We didn't see him though, did we?
I did.
You did, but we didn't.
We
I
did,
didn't see him.
Where did you go?
I don't know if I went. We were
I think we'd gone back to the tent.
Did you?
Yeah.
I watched a bit of them. I don't know if I watched them all.
Would we-
Nightwish for me, but they wouldn't have been surprising for you.
Would you say Priest because you were really disappointed the other time you saw.
That was the best time I'd seen Priest.
I enjoyed Priest more than I thought I was going to. I thought after a couple of songs I go, okay, I've done this now, but I really enjoyed the full set.
I wouldn't say they were surprising because they were good when I'd seen them before.
I'd be happy with Odin again though.
But that was the best time I'd
But
seen
I wasn't surprised by it because I wouldn't say I was
Yeah.
surprised by how good Oden Again was because I liked Oden Again.
them. But you like Judas Priest.
But I was surprised at how much I enjoyed the Priest set.
Okay. I mean, I'll quite happily because it was the best time I'd seen Judas Priest. So therefore, it would be Bloodstock 18 Judas Priest as a cabin night group.
If you're happy with that, Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
Priest
enjoyed
18.
Priest too.
Next concert,
I think we've all agreed that the next. So next concert.
your individual next concert.
I'm going to hopefully get a ticket to come see Trivium with you.
Trivium.
No,
You're not coming.
That's not your next gig.
No, it's not your next gig.
My next gig,
Next book gig, at least.
next book gig. Can I pick the band that I'm going for to that gig, by the way?
Yeah.
Cadillac 3.
No, you can't.
That's not actually the one I thought.
No, the one you thought for him is the one I'm going to. Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer.
That's what I thought. I forgot.
And
about
I'm seeing him twice. I'm seeing him on the 31st of October and the 9th of November. Went
Where-
twice.
Where did he play? Where's he playing?
So he's playing Sheffield on the 31st, which you're going
We're
to.
going to,
Is that Leadmill?
Leadmill. John and Julie are going. Emma's coming. I think Tez might be coming. And then me and Debbie are going to go and see him in Manchester.
Okay.
On his own. We're
Where's
going to have a
playing
day out in Manchester, me and Debbie.
Where's he playing in Manchester?
Ritz.
Ah.
It's a great gig. It's a great venue, Ritz.
I've never been. Becky went like 2 days before I saw Mayhem at Academy. She went to Ritz to see an artist she likes. Said it was a really nice venue.
I must get tickets to Trivium because I think that's going to sell out.
I think as the cabin night, we've all agreed. Unless it's Trivium, I haven't decided if I'm going to Trivium yet, but
for definite.
For definite, Bloodstock 2023.
Yes.
I would hope we get some gigs in together before then.
I would hope we would. Okay, last one before we end. Wish you could have seen.
It's always a tough one for me.
I think it is because there are eras of bands that
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen, but I have seen that band. Like, I wish I could have seen Master of Puppets here in Metallica, but I've seen Metallica. And I've seen just as good because Rob, alright, he's not quite as good as Cliff, but he's not
He's pretty decent,
fucking
though, isn't he?
far off. He's very fucking close.
His bass is appreciated in Metallica, unlike Jason.
Yes.
It's like, for me, it's like, for the mini mosher or new metal kid in me, I'd love to see Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory, Meteora days. But for the classic rock fan in me, I'd like someone like Fleetwood Mac, in their prime, in their heyday. So it's a tough one for me to say, like, band I wish I saw. But I think,
Are we saying that this is a band that we're never gonna see as well?
well, I'm never going to see Fleetwood Mac. Not those
Yeah,
prices.
but for example, I really, really want to see Rob Zombie, and that might still.
you could
happen.
still. No,
I think it's a.
It's not
To
possible.
me, it's a band that
Because what's the actual word? Is it wish you could have seen?
wish you could have seen.
To me, that says it's
not
impossible.
possible
It's
to
impossible
see
to
them.
see.
So
now.
it's Queen then. No, I
But you
don't
can
think
see
that comes
Queen.
as a surprise.
You can't.
No, but you said early era Fleetwood.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, but Queen still tour. All
No,
right,
no, no.
and Adam
Queen,
Lambert.
No.
I don't. It's a different band. I don't. It's a
Queen
different band.
plus Adam Lambert. It says that on all the stuff.
Yeah, it's
You
It's
will
still
never see
advertised
Queen.
as Queen.
No, it's not advertised as Queen. It's advertised as Queen and Adam
So
Lambert.
Freddie era Queen.
So by that logic, then I'm going to say Pink Floyd.
Okay. I think for me, it will be the same band as what we will all pick. The Beatles.
Yeah.
Dash Beatles.
I think
I
as a
wish-
cabin night, I think Beatles is a good
I
one.
wish
for
I
us.
could have seen the Beatles.
Yeah, I mean
I wish I could have gone to Germany. They played in England and were just generic pop rock band, and then they went to Germany and then they became the Beatles. So I wish I could have gone to Germany and seen them.
and it's on that tour in England that my nan and granddad went to.
Yeah.
They saw
They
them
played
in some
Co-op on White Lane.
It wasn't a co-op.
It was
That'd
called
be a bit weird.
Fiesta.
yeah, something like
Something
that.
like that.
It'd be a bit weird if it was.
They
still a
also
co-op at the time.
played Odeon, across the road from Lyceum.
Did they?
That wouldn't look-
You know that church on City Road as you're going down City Road before 120 turns left?
Yeah, yeah.
Church on corner, they played there.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
yeah.
that. Because I really enjoyed on your stag do. We saw the cabin.
I
conference,
think
they
that's
were
why
brilliant.
they were a good pick for cabin night because we all had such a good
Yeah,
night.
I remember.
I'd have gone back with you the next
I
night.
remember saying, and thinking back, I was being a bit of a dick. I remember saying, I don't care where you all go. You'd all come to my stag do for me. And I remember going, I don't give a shit where you all go. I'm going to watch this Beatles tribute. And I remember thinking, that's a really shitty thing to say.
Your stag do.
But what I meant is, I don't care where you all go because I'm gonna have a good time in there. If you all want to come, that's good.
And we did.
And
It
you all
was
did.
brilliant. Yeah,
And we all enjoyed it.
I'd have happily gone back the next night.
I'd have gone back every fucking night. I'd go back now.
I mean, yeah,
I
I
loved
would.
it.
I would go
It
back.
was great.
I said the only thing that the Cabin Club Beatles I wish they'd done is the second date they come out in the Sgt. Pepper
Yeah.
jackets. That's
They
literally
all dressed as Cavern Beatles, didn't they?
yeah, which is
all the way through.
I get why
Which
they
is
did
fine,
that, but
yeah.
just where the interval was, it made sense for them to
but
change the costume.
You then can't play Sgt. Pepper in Cavern era, if you get me. They
suppose.
could have gone back and played it, I suppose,
Yeah.
but you'd be in that era of
Yeah.
dress, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we've-
Beatles is a very good shout.
Yeah.
I think that was a relatively
Easy run, wasn't it?
Yeah.
easy run. And I think a bit of discussion between the cabin night stuff, because we've not seen actually many gigs.
We need to.
Yeah,
more.
haven't,
I think
actually.
if this episode's done anything, it's served to prove that we need to go to more gigs together.
Yeah.
I am not saying I'm not out of Trivium, but I do want to see them, because I haven't seen them since 2013, 14 maybe.
I haven't even seen him once. And that was, like I said, supporting
I've seen
Maiden.
them
So.
two or three times at Download in passing. I saw them in 2005, just briefly passing, because I weren't really against them, and then I've seen them, I say, Download a couple of times. Never stood and watched the whole set, so I'd like to kind of see what they do.
What they do now.
And now,
And I will say that their live.
and now I've got an
offering now is
appreciation
better.
much more for the music. Although I'm not a massive fan, I've got a much more appreciation for the music.
Yeah.
I would like to see them again. So maybe the next one, unless you want to get a ticket for Kiefer, and then of course you can. It's not sold on Kiefer, so I keep trying.
It's a bit country for you, isn't it?
But it's not now, is he? He's more.
It's
he's more.
definitely more southern rock. Really.
Southern
It's
rock,
still
southern
not
rock.
a thing on both devices.
Well, no. Okay, so the end of
Lay your
the.
finger on my ass, bitch, because I'm leaving you behind. That's all it sounds like to me.
Gonna pull down your pants and get out my willy. Gonna stir your ass up like a big bowl of chili.
And on that note, you've been great. We've been Cabin Night. Good night.